Well, hello, and welcome to 60 and Sassy. We're Karen and Honey, two women in our 60s who are not done living, dreaming, or laughing. Each week, we dive into the beautiful mess of midlife and beyond with no rules, no filters, just real talk. Thanks for listening in. Enjoy.
God.
Well, welcome back to 60 and Sassy. I'm Karen. I am US born. My husband is British. We have two dual citizen daughters, and I am someone who takes a lot of pride in the number of stamps I have in my passport.
I know you do. And I am Honey. I am Dutch by birth and American by choice, and married to a Hispanic who thinks that every meal should include tortillas.
I love
Seriously.
tortillas. That's very true. Well,
And,
today
and
we're going to be talking about cultural differences that have shaped us as we age. There is no doubt that the influence of where we're raised, those who we meet across the globe along the way, strongly shape how we see the world and how we view aging.
yeah, and you and I have both traveled a lot.
Hmm.
And so we have friends all over the world scattered. And it's just so much fun to be in your 60s and compare notes with those in different cultures.
Yeah,
And so, yeah, so it's a fun topic to discuss because we have a lot of thoughts on the matter, don't we?
we do. We do. Um, so before we get going, I just wanted to have this little throw this thing in. We in this recording, you're going to hear this little bleep that keeps coming on here and there. It's kind of like an egg timer, and we're not sure what that is. So just know that that's probably coming. And as our wonderful listeners, if you have any ideas of how to get rid of that in the recording, we would sure appreciate it because we are not professionals in this by any
Hmm.
means. We're just having our conversation for the day.
Exactly.
So let's dive in, and we kind of wanted to start with how I view America and on our view of aging here, and then kind of get into a little bit more of how Honi has experienced it from her perspective. So I think just to summarize, in my view, I feel like in the United States, uh, our messaging about aging is just it's very complicated. I'm I think we all feel a very powerful current here that equates youth with beauty and
Hmm.
vitality and even social worth. We're pressured by such a massive anti-aging industry. We're inundated with
Yep.
words like rejuvenate, restore, reverse, anti-aging. We hear phrases like stay young, stay relevant. The one I hear all the time lately is 60 is the new 40.
Yeah, right.
I think basically we just don't want anyone to guess our real age.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think American culture just implies that aging is something that we have to fight rather than embrace, which it's exhausting to me. It really
Hmm.
is, and it's expensive. Very expensive, but yeah, I'm almost tired thinking about it.
Yeah.
So, what are your
Yeah.
thoughts from your Dutch lens?
Yeah, from my Dutch lens, I think it is indeed different over there. I mean, in Spain and in Italy and France, it's probably a little bit a different culture. But in Northern Europe, yeah, I'd say people don't hide per se that they get older. Because you know what is a fun little trivial thing is that if I were to write an article or something in a newspaper, they would say, Honi Guterres, parentheses, 62. Da, 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 da. That's immediately told.
Oh,
Oh, there's the egg
there
timer.
it is. I need to go check. Go check
I
the eggs. Okay.
the eggs.
Sorry, go ahead.
But anyways, yeah, no, seriously. And so they immediately put your age parentheses.
Hmm.
And that is very normal. I was interviewed once and she says, okay, first question, how old are you? And I was like, you would never in a million
Hmm.
years ask that in the United States.
Oh, yeah.
And I see that here with women too, that they just don't tell your age. It's inappropriate to even ask. It's not ladylike.
Right.
Well, don't know what to tell you. So, but it's very different. I think in Europe it's way more in c'est la vie. We all get older. You go gray. You don't go gray. It's up to you. And it's just, yeah, it's less of an issue.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really it's quite different. So yeah, no, I really, yeah,
Yeah, I think about like European cities that I've been in, and I see these women with gorgeous silver hair, and they're
mm-hmm,
walking confidently. They're meeting their friends for long lunches, and they're they aren't trying to disappear. They're it seems like they're just living life fully, and
right,
they're taking pride in being
yeah,
whatever age they are.
yeah,
And it also feels like they focus on things more like elegance and health and
mm-hmm,
style, and not so much erasing signs of age completely, like
yeah,
it seems like we do here in the
yeah.
U.S.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. And I mean, we shouldn't have too much of a romanticized version of, the elegance, because
Yeah,
what you're probably referring to is people in Paris and Rome and London.
yeah,
But I'm from the country, girl. And so there is just this element of, yes, in the cities people probably are a little bit more geared towards being seen, but it is true even in my immediate environment in Holland, that like, for example, a sense of fashion
hmm.
that is throughout all ages.
Huh.
So yeah, that is something you don't hear in the United States much. If I say to you, well, that is in this year, you would go, in what? And no, you know what I mean? It's like, but we are very much over there. It's like, oh yeah, blue is in this year. So then everybody's wearing blue. And I have grown out of that, to be honest, but it is very much fashion sensitive over there.
Yeah.
And the whole culture is like that. And so it's not so much you're 60, you look like crap, and so you want to hide that as much makeup you can find. That's not how it's done. But you stay up style wise. And
Yeah.
I think that's what you're alluding to. And that's really true. And you see that in every possible facet of life there.
Right. Yeah, and even aside from Europe, I'm thinking like South Korea. I know they have
Mm-hmm.
intense beauty standards there, but
Yeah.
also there, I feel like it's more on skin clarity and evenness of their skin rather than strictly looking younger.
Yeah.
Um, Even in indigenous and traditional cultures, they
Uh-huh.
see aging just as an accumulation of wisdom and status, not a decline at
Yeah.
all. So that would be fun to be a part of that culture.
Ooh, let's move to Peru. I'm loving it. You know what? We'll go long gray hair, drink ayahuasca, and then spout wisdom.
Oh, ayahuasca. What is that? I don't
Ayahuasca.
know what
Oh
that
my
is.
God. Oh, girl, you haven't lived. Um, no, it's some mind altering, some sort of it's a drink, but Peru is very well known for that,
Oh,
and it's almost like you're doing mushrooms or peyote,
oh,
and
okay.
so yeah, it's wild stuff, and yeah,
Yeah.
interesting. But hey, I see a business potential, so we need to explore that long gray hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yes.
know.
Okay. So once
Alpacas.
I
Yeah.
remember you telling me once about something, I think you called it a gray wave in
Oh
Holland.
yeah,
What
right.
what is that? Can you explain that
Yeah.
again to me and to our listeners?
Yes, the gray wave. It's Thanks for reminding me, because that is a fun concept. It is people over 60 that are either retired or headed for retirement. So it's just this segment of the population that is known as the gray wave. Some dye their hair, obviously. Most of them don't, and so they are just this part of the society that is respected, reckoned with. It's just you just belong to the gray wave, and they take their vacations in May and June, and then summer vacations are July and August. So it is just considered this special group, and they have their own programs
Hmm.
and their own shows, and it's actually
Huh.
sort of fun. Yeah. And even if you are dyeing your hair, you belong to the gray wave.
Oh,
I
wow.
would, yeah, oh yeah, oh no, seriously. If when I go back to Holland, that you can tell I am part of the gray wave. Yeah,
Huh. That is so interesting.
yeah,
Yeah, that's very different. Yeah, and I
yeah,
think you mentioned too something like they even have their own politics or something. Did you say
yeah.
like
There is
political
at
party or
least there
something?
was, yeah, there was a political party that was very much focused to the rights of that particular group.
Oh,
And
wow.
so yeah, yeah, it's quite an interesting phenomenon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So on along the gray wave thing,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm thinking gray now. I mean,
Yeah.
I love my hairstylist. She is a dear friend. I honestly have been following her. I think I've followed her to 3 or 4 different salons over the last
Oh,
decades. But she's actually a master hairstylist,
all
according
right.
to her business card. I know, and she truly is. She's amazing. But she told me once that whenever I decide to stop coloring my hair, in her words, that it is not going to be pretty. I know I was so
Oh.
sad because some of my friends, well, yeah, some of my friends, like you, I've seen you with gray hair and it's beautiful. And I have other friends who let their hair go gray and it's just stunning and it's this perfect tone and mine would not be. Or
Oh,
so
oh,
I've been told by a very trusted source. So I'm kind of sad about
oh,
that. But does it really matter? Sometimes I think to myself, why am I succumbing to this whole American anti-aging pressure?
hmm,
I don't like it, but I still buy into it.
right. Yeah, but that's the thing, Karen. I think it's in every society. There are pressures, but also, if you want to tilt it a little bit, it's expectations.
Hmm.
Where there are groups of people, there are expectations. And so you can just, disregard that. That's, oh,
Oh, oh,
Alzheimer.
oh, banana bread's ready.
Um, yeah, exactly. No, but I don't think it's per se bad. It's just how you experience and how you react to it. I
Right.
mean, it's like dye your hair if you feel like you look mousy, or if your hairdresser in your case says that that's not going to be a good thing.
Yeah.
Then you know what I mean? And in my case, I actually have a beautiful stainless steel type of gray,
Hmm.
but my skin is so light that I look washed out too. And so that's why I just still keep throwing in the blonde. But it's not per se because of my Caucasian skin. I am definitely wrinkly. And so it's obviously I look sexy.
Yeah.
And I'm not hiding that. And I just make the best of it.
Did you say
That's how I
60
see it.
or did you say sexy?
I meant sexy, and that's why I
Oh,
slipped. I always, wherever I can present myself that way, that's so me.
okay. I think you said 60, but I heard it as sexy. Anyway,
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah, because I think you during COVID you let your hair go gray, right? And
Yeah,
that's when I saw it, and it's
absolutely.
beautiful. Yeah, so you're one of
Yeah,
those fortunate ones. I'm happy
yeah,
for
I am.
you. I'm so
Yeah,
happy for you. I
I
rejoice with you.
know. Exactly. I just need a different skin.
Yeah. No, you don't. You're beautiful. So, can we talk for a moment about how men in America don't have the same pressure as we do? It's kind of maddening to me because I feel like it's really unfair. I feel like when men go gray, it's considered distinguished or handsome, and
Uh-huh.
it signals wisdom, stability. I don't know what other good things it signals. I'm thinking like, who would it be? George
George
Clooney.
Clooney,
George
of
Clooney. We both said
course.
it. Anderson
Yep.
Cooper, of course. My husband, my handsome
Well,
husband.
he is bald. Sorry.
Oh,
He
okay.
doesn't qualify.
Okay. He hasn't always been bald, Honey.
Oh,
Okay.
well,
But
a long time.
we get one gray hair and it feels like life as we know it just comes to a complete halt. Call
Oh, yeah.
911. It's an emergency. I have a gray hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you think that's different outside of America?
Uh, I don't think so. In all truth, I think it's an issue all around the world.
Hmm.
I mean, look at all the different cultures, even the ones you mentioned. It's everywhere the same.
Yeah.
Seriously,
Yeah.
it's like there is a double standard for men and women.
Right.
And I mean, we don't need to go into that, but we all know it, and I'm sure all our listeners agree with this.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is,
Yeah. You're
and you
right.
can fight it or just roll with the punches. And I choose
Yeah.
to do the latter.
Yeah. That's good. I'm going to choose
Hmm.
that with you. We're in it
There you
together.
go. Woohoo! Egg timer and all.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Uh, all right, so we do have a mix of perspectives because of our
Right.
travels, you and I know a
Hmm.
lot of our listeners as well. And it would be so fun to hear from some of our listeners their thoughts on all
Yeah.
this based on where they are listening from, because I know
Uh-huh.
there's people all over the world. I remember sitting in an outdoor cafe in Lisbon with my husband, and I remember just looking around, watching these older couples lingering over coffee and
Hmm.
pastries. There was no rushing, there were no to go cups, just leisurely enjoying their time together and being in the moment. Uh, but then I think about in the US, I guess I see that occasionally here and there. But generally speaking, I think about this frontier mentality that we
Hmm.
have here. Because
Yes.
we've always celebrated reinvention and, moving west, starting fresh, becoming new, like the show Little House on the Prairie comes to mind.
Hmm.
It's that concept. Uh, but aging in America, it's I don't know. It seems like it symbolizes um, permanence and limitation, which I think clashes with that idea of constant renewal. So we fight it, and we fight
Yeah.
it, and we fight it. And
Hmm.
then there's the American ideal of individualism as well. We've always prized self determination and hard work, and that totally feeds that belief that we can control our own bodies and our appearance through effort. All it takes is effort and a lot of money and willpower.
Hmm.
So it all that just it's defying aging, and
Yeah.
it's how we can't. It's so unrealistic.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. But again, I think we can balance it. But whatever you're saying is true, and you probably experience it a little bit differently than I. But I don't see it as a whole lot of, yeah, I don't care what the makeup people say. It's
Hmm.
all bogus. You are who you are, and you, but just like I said, you just sort of make the best of it,
Yeah,
because there is not a whole lot we can do, and that the society has, is like this and is making us believe like that. Whatever.
yeah,
It's I probably can balance that a little bit better, because yeah, in Europe it is indeed different, and also it's my own belief system. I just don't care enough.
yeah. You're
you
so
know
wise. I love that.
I know. uh, Thank you.
And that is something what you just said. That's something I think that we want to encourage all of you listeners to do, to find your own rhythm.
Hmm.
Don't just
Exactly.
follow that cultural script that you were handed. I think our 60s can be our most vibrant decade yet,
Hmm.
and whether that means slowing down, speeding up, maybe a bit of both. But to look beyond our own cultures for
Hmm.
inspiration.
Yeah. Exactly. We need to keep learning from other cultures
Yeah.
and different lifestyles. It's just, if
Yeah.
you have international friends, listeners, then just drop them an email this week. See how they're doing. Compare notes.
Hmm. Yeah.
It's seriously, I tend to do this more and more, just random people. And it's so much fun because, all of a sudden you pick up where you left off 15 years ago. And I just got together with a friend of mine from Jordan. It was in Holland a few months ago. So we went a weekend to Amsterdam, and she lives in Sweden.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, and moves in these two different cultures, Middle Eastern and then Western. And just we had the most intriguing conversations on how she experiences everything in her 60s. And it's just fascinating. And it makes you so much richer if you have those people in your life. So I would encourage anybody just look beyond instead of your own little group, you know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
Gosh, it's so much more to say about all this, but
Yeah, there is. It's a
let's
big
leave our
topic.
listeners with a quote and a question. So here's today's quote. In America, aging is a battle to be fought. In Europe, it is a story to be told. I love that.
Yeah.
Um, so, do you lean more European or more American in your approach to aging? Give it some thought and evaluate what that looks like in your life, or perhaps how you can adjust if you want to adjust that. So, Honi, any last words of wisdom from you?
No, I've been exceptionally wise already. And so
So true. So true.
and yeah, and on that fun note, I actually have a hair appointment on Saturday, so hey, we need to keep it real. Just a little bit of color, I say.
Amen. Amen to that. Well, please remember, folks, wherever you are in the world, keep living authentically, kindly, and with just the right amount of sass. Till next
Yeah.
time. Well, thanks for spending time with us here on 60 and Sassy. If you laughed, nodded along, or maybe just felt a little less alone, that's the magic that we're here for. Please make sure to follow the show so you never miss an episode. If you're loving what you hear, we'd be so grateful if you'd leave a quick review or share the podcast with a friend or a family member. Do you have any thoughts, feedback, or a topic you'd love us to dive into? Please drop us a line at lifemoments@mail.com. We'd truly love to hear from you. We'll be back soon with more laughs and real talk. Until then, stay true and authentic, be kind, and never lose your sass.